Hi there. So today it's the 17th of January 2023 and it's the first day of me knitting a blanket. So what I did yesterday was just to sort the colors of the scraps that I have onto my knitting book. These are the colors that I will be using in my blanket, just these. Like, look at the combination here. I'm obsessed. And I just downloaded the pattern and I'm casting it on right away because I'm so excited. So the pattern that I'm using, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's the excavation blanket. And I saw it from Emily of High Fiber Knits, and I don't know how much time it will take me to finish this project, but let's get started. And these are all the yarn scraps that I have for my blanket. Let's start. Hello, welcome to the first update. So it's the same day that I started the blanket. Oh, it's the day after because it's midnight 01. And we are a little bit on a comfy spot now in my bed because I'm about to go to sleep because I went to my dance lesson and I'm super tired. Today, apart from going to dance lesson, knitted on the blanket and it was so addicting, and this is the progress that we have for today, and I'm super happy with how it looks. Oh my god, like I of course have a favorite section for the color change. Like, look at this, like from the pink to the blues to the gray. Oh my god, it's just so nice, and like it just keeps you motivated to go on even if the rows get longer and longer. You can notice here that I made a slip knot, like a magic knot, to join some more yarn, but it unraveled for some reason. It just keeps you motivated because, at least for me, every time you finish 2 rows, it just hits a checkpoint and you cannot wait to like tie the little knot for the fringe. I have to trim it when I'm done, but yeah, I'm super happy. Hello! So it has been a ridiculous amount of time since the last time that I updated you guys on my blanket project, because the last time was on the 18th of January. Today is March the 7th, so, but you know, we're not perfect right here, and yes, we are again in my room in PJs, but I've worked on this blanket a lot since the last time, so I'm excited. Look at this. It has grown a lot and it barely fits into these cables, but these are fixed needles, and you know, I cannot really do much other than really investing in an interchangeable needle set, because I currently don't have one. Because, you know, with those you can attach different cables to create longer cables, but I think it is getting pretty big if you consider it is all scrunched up like that, and I am really in love. I think the last time that I updated you was a lot of rows ago. Yeah, you see there is a little marker here. I did all this since last time, which is a lot of knitting because, you know, it gets bigger and bigger every time. And it currently measures 81 centimeters. Yeah, on the last update it was 37 centimeters. I'm telling you the sides, you know, of the square. Now it is 81 centimeters. I don't know how big I want this to be, but I want it to be big, so I'm going to keep going. And it's so fun to do. It is so fun. And yes, see you next time. Hello guys. Today is March 11th. It's a Saturday. I just woke up, and yesterday a very exciting thing happened. The day before that I ordered a pair of interchangeable needles. A set. Sorry, not a pair, a set. And they arrived yesterday, so I transferred all of my whips onto these new and shiny needles. Let me show them. Here they are. I know. They are the Knit Pro Mindful set, and I'm very excited to try them. So first of all, I think I read that they were 10 centimeters long, but I thought that every needle was 10 centimeters long, but usually they're longer. So these are tiny. I mean, look at my hands. These are pretty short, but that's pretty handy if you want to work on small circumference. They are super pointy. Wait. So yeah, as you can see, I stole the 3mm and the 4mm needles. And they're pretty sharp and pointy. Okay, so these were, please focus. Please focus. So yeah, these were the ones I was using before. These are 3mm. And the 3mm in this set, can you please help me? Thank you. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but the tip is thinner and pointier. I hope you can see. I mean, this, to be fair, is pretty pointy too. But why did I pop on here today, you may ask yourself? Because I transferred my blanket onto all my interchangeable cords, and so we can see how big it is, like without the stitches being all like scrunched up. Now I can actually fold it like this in a big burrito, but let me show you. Oh, here we are. It is super big. I'm happy about it. I mean, there is still a long way to go because I want this to be huge, or a big blanket. I don't know if I want it to be huge or I don't know. Okay, but here it is. Wow. It is so beautiful. And I think I worked like some other rows after I last updated you, but I'm not sure. Maybe like 3 or 4 rows. I'm really not sure. Maybe not. Am I making this up? Maybe. It is now the size basically of a shawl. Yes. Oh my god, how fun is this? Snuggly. Hi people, for you a couple of seconds passed since the last clip, but for me they were 5 months since the last update. But don't worry, why am I crying? What the hell? I haven't gotten too far. And the last update was March 7th, and today is August 30. So yeah, like, look how shiny my hair looks today. Ooh. And yeah, the funny thing is that in the last clip I had like short bangs and now they're totally grown out, but we're fine. And from now on I decided that monthly I wanna update you monthly on this blanket and make like a count of how many rows I add in every month and such. And so today is, as I said, August 30th, and last time the blanket was 81 centimeters long and now is 101 centimeters long. And since the last update I added 29 color stripes, which means double the amount of actual rows. But yeah, let me show you the blanket. It looks so nice, oh my gosh. Yeah, basically what's happening is that this is the wrong side firstly, this is the right side, and where's the marker? Yeah, I don't know if you can see the marker right here. Here it is. That is where I was in the last update, and so this is how much I did since then. And basically almost all of this was done in the last week or 2 weeks. And because yeah, I'm really into doing this blanket. Oh my god, it's so big. Like if it was a shawl I could literally stop now, but it's not, and it has to be huge. Oh my god, look how nice it looks though. It has all of my favorite colors, very cool toned, and with love. Swish. And also, yeah, to show you, I attached a barber cord because it's outgrowing also these things of needles, this pair of needles. Yeah. So yeah, I am facing again the problem of running out of scraps, because each row you do, it like consumes more yarn, and even if you have big scraps, you're using them up faster now. So yeah, I cannot wait for needing some things for fall so that I have more leftovers hopefully, and to put it into the blanket. And yep, this is all for now. See you next month. Bye, guys. Hi, lovely people. It has been quite a while. I don't even remember the last time that I recorded a clip for this vlog about making this blanket, and it's now been more than a year since I started this project, and today is March 25th, 2024. Like, excuse my if I don't sound particularly pleasing, but spring came and I don't know, I am just, I don't know, feeling not my best, you know, the seasonal change, and maybe like, I don't know, I didn't dress like properly, you know, one of those things. And I definitely have a update on the blanket. That's why I'm here. Yeah, basically, I don't know where to start. Let me start by the non-knitting news. I borrowed this cute basket, a bit misshaped basket, from my mom to put this project in and all the yarn, so that, you know, I can see it around, then I can just pick it up more easily. And I've recorded many videos since. One of my resolutions for 2024 is to like knit less and just being, you know, more chill about everything. And that mindset really put me, and maybe also like this basket, the implementation of this basket, I don't know, it really just put me in the mood to work on this blanket. So I had you know, a decent amount of progress since I've started working on it again. I've just added a couple of scraps into this so I can work with them, you know, fun colors, just leftovers from past projects. And you know, when you hold on to those skeins, like 1 or 2 skeins, like mainly just 1.5 skein, and you say, oh well, I don't know if I want to like use this, you know, for something scrappy or make an accessory, but like I don't make a ton of accessories, and yeah, either way I don't want them to be like in fluffy yarn. And I'm also planning to make, once I finish this blanket, to make the either this We Shop blanket by Laura Penrose, or like she's coming up with the blanket pattern for her, like inspired by her Stella quilt cushion. So I'm like saving some scraps for it. And yes, I think that, you know, now it's time that I show you the actual project and how it is going. And yes, I say this every time, but it is really big. It is really big. So I don't know if I'm able to fit all of this in the frame. So here is what I've done so far. But yeah, I don't think you can see it. Or maybe a little bit. Oh gosh, that looks like not a lot of progress, doesn't it? I've started to work. I'm just not understanding anything. I'm making it rectangular. I've decided that I wanted it rectangular and not squared. And I think that I'll have to check actually. Was I here the last time that I showed you? Maybe. But I've made this, which is not too much, but you know, the rows are big, and yes, I've started working like in the length of it. And yes, this is how it's looking so far. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. I was about to start weaving ends for it because of course in the like length of it I don't want the tassels, or at least yeah, it wouldn't make sense, right? Because then you start working in the other direction, and like if you put it here you want to put it all over the blanket, and then you have to like save leftovers to match with the fringe, and I'm like, that's way too fussy for me. Either way, I started working in the length of it. Ta-da! And yeah, I was about to weave in ends, and I just wanted to show you how the back looks. First of all, this till this like black stripes I've woven in the ends. As you can see, it doesn't look too bad, but it's going to look, you know, different because, you know, it's garter stitch, and weaving ends is not as seamless as when you're working like stockinette. And yeah, basically how am I doing this like modification? You know that like you increase at the start of every round, so like you add 2 stitches every new color you add. So like you start from this, you increase, then you increase and you increase and you increase, and you keep going in this direction. So like you're forming this part. So in order for it to go this way, you kind of need to have the same amount of stitches. You don't have to like keep increasing your stitches, but of course if you like don't increase anymore, your blanket would still go like in the diagonal, and that's not what I want. So I'm just decreasing 1 stitch at the start of what's it called, of a row, and increasing at the start of the second row, so that, you know, one side keeps going up and the other side like shift and make the, you know, the corner. And then when I'm happy with how tall, with how long the blanket is, I can work the, you know, the final triangle. I've done a little bit of a it's called a little drawing. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. On the screen, yes, the screen somewhere. And yeah, also for weaving in ends, like I've tried different methods, as you can you see? No, yeah, like here it looks a bit messy, and like here it's much cleaner, and here it's messier, and here it's like okay. And what am I doing? So for the first end, you know, when you add by the first end I mean when you attach the new color, like right at the start, when you change your yarn, you have the end that you start working with, and you know, I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. And to weave that in, I weave it in as I go. And so using like the weave and Steven method that basically treats the end as a floating color work. So you like catch the end every other stitch, so that you know, it kind of travels with you, and then you can, you know, which these are the ends that I kept with me, which you can see it, but honestly it doesn't bother me too much. Like I think it's much cleaner than what I did here, so I'm happy with it. And then on the like the final end, when you work both of the rows and you cut the yarn, I just weave it in like normally with my darning needle. But yeah, I just don't want to leave this chore at the end. So when I'm feeling like a bit tired, or like, you know, I want to do something knitting related but maybe not knit, I do that. And so yeah, before doing it, I thought, you know, let's just give an update. And yes, I mean, I like this blanket. I like working on it. I don't think it's my favorite construction. I think I prefer doing like smaller things and then attach them together. Like maybe not small things, but like maybe, I don't know, a blanket divided in 8 pieces. I can manage like sewing together 8 pieces and, you know, make them bigger instead of doing like 40 mini squares and then attach them together. I don't think I would like that because that's too much sewing, but this is just really heavy to carry around, to bring, I don't know, to just feel the motivation to work on it, to be totally honest. And yeah, the yarn management is kind of, yeah, with all of my like small scrap balls, I'm saving them for like when I will get to like the end of when I'll start decreasing, and then I'll have, you know, the rows won't be as long and I'll be able to use these. But yeah, I don't know. This is a cute project though, but maybe like it's not made to be like super mega gigantic. It's maybe, you know, it's not, you know, the pattern doesn't specify it, but maybe it's more handleable. It's more, I don't know, it's just more doable if you make it smaller. You know, when you have like just small things to attach them together, you can just keep going. While with this, I don't know, it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and you're like, oh my gosh, when will this end? So, you know, with that, you can like clearly see it. I think that, I don't know, I still have to measure it and like see how many more centimeters I want to work this length part to then start decreasing. I think I'm not too far, but at the same time, I think it will take longer than I think. So yeah. I can definitely see that, you know, I'm working on it and I'm getting through chunks of it, but I cannot wait to go to reach the decreases part, because when I, for example, I knitted a Sophie shawl, or, you know, those scarves which are knitted like that way, where you increase till the middle point and then you decrease back. That's really, really fun when you get to do decreases part. For example, it took me like 1 week and a half, like I made another scarf, not that one. It took me a week and a half to get to the midpoint, and then it took me 1 day to, like, even if it's the same amount of knitting, you just, I don't know, the rows keep getting smaller and smaller, and you're like, yeah, just one more row, and then you just finish it very, very fast. And I think we're Gucci. And yeah, I'll just show you a clip on how big it is on my bed. And yeah, but for now, I'm just gonna weave in my ends and see you later. Bye. So as for now, my sweater. No, this blanket is 130 something centimeters long and 110 centimeters wide. So yeah, and I've like measured how many centimeters more, like how many more centimeters long I want this to be. That wasn't very correct either way. And I think I want like 18 centimeters more, and counting like how many like colored stripes that is, should be like 26. I'll double check, but it's basically the same length as, like, basically almost more than double this bit that I've done. It's like from this red stripe. So how much is that? Yeah, it's 26 colors. So like if I'm able to do that, that would be amazing. Yeah, we'll see. I'll definitely update you on it. But yeah, I don't know, every time I measure it and like I lay it out on my bed, I think that I've made more progress than I actually did. Like, I don't know how, like one row, which is 2 rows, like one color striped, which is 2 rows, it's probably like half a centimeter, something like that, which is definitely not a lot. And I know that like garter is going to stretch, but yeah, if I can like push through and like make it as big as I want before blocking and then have it even bigger, that would be very nice. So I'll try to do that, but we'll see. And I just finished counting how many stitches I have on the needles, and if I'm not wrong, I have 309 stitches for each row, which is kind of a lot, you know. So every color is like double that, which is 618 stitches. You know, no wonder why it takes a lot, you know. And I remembered like Inga from Knitting Traditions, like one of her first episodes, she finished knitting this like fingering weight blanket, and like she did a math on how many stitches she knitted for her blanket, but it was like a just, you know, cast on many stitches at the bottom and just knit up. So if you know how many stitches you cast it on and like how many rows you knitted, that's very easy math. But with this, as you increase, like, you know, I could try to figure it out. I would like to know, once I finish this, how many stitches there are in this, because I bet there are a lot. But yeah, just wanted to share. So here I am, more than a year and a half later. I think it's been 1 year and 8 months. I am super happy with the final result of this blanket, and I have some stats to share with you. Sorry if I pushed you to the side, but I have my Ravelry open. And so I have my pre-blocking and post-blocking measurements. So pre-blocking, the blanket was 113 centimeters wide and 156 centimeters tall. And after blocking, it's 119 centimeters wide and 167 centimeters tall, which means, if math is mathing, that it grew in width by 6 centimeters and 11 centimeters in length. So it grows in length more than in width. And yeah, I just think it's quite useful to know. And I think I'll put the like growth rates in my Ravelry. All of this, you know, is listed in the notes of this project. And I also counted, you know, I'm a bit of a psychopath, I think. After doing this, I realized, but I counted how many stitches are in this blanket. You know, I've maybe spent 20 minutes doing this math, and you know, after spending 1 year, more than 1 year and a half on a project, it's, you know, you can spend 15 minutes more counting how many stitches you needed. And you know, this is an approximation. I think it is quite, like, in my mind it's accurate, but who knows, maybe I typed something wrong on the calculator. So I think in each like triangle, you know, when you just increase and when you just decrease, that, you know, those two parts are symmetrical. So I just multiplied the number that I got by 2, and I got for each triangle 27,668 stitches. And how did I do that? I just, you know, started typing, yeah, in the like the widest row was 309 stitches. So I just on the calculator I was just 309 plus 308 plus 307 plus 300 till I arrived to 3 stitches, which is the cast on stitches, you know, the amount of stitches you cast on, sorry. So yeah, like, I don't know if any mathematician is watching, and if there is a better method to estimate something like this. I'm not really sure. I've, you know, all this time I thought, yes, when I finish I'll count and I'll just use, you know, like 309 factorial, but that's very incorrect, because you multiply with the, you know, with the factorial thing, you multiply, and I had to sum, so that didn't work, and I just did it by hand, and I think it's correct, but who knows, you know, it's just an estimate. But so, and I did, for, you know, the straight part, I had 51 colored stripes, which means twice the rows. So I did 309, which, you know, were the number of stitches, times 2 times 51, and that gave me 31,518 stitches. So I multiplied the 47,668 by 2, and then added 31,518, and I got a total amount of stitches of 126,854 stitches, which I think it's, I don't know, a lot. I would be curious to know how many stitches are in a jumper or like in a beanie, so I know how many beanies or jumpers are in this blanket, but I don't know. It was a big project. It lasted a long time, and I'm super happy with the results, and the colors just bring me so much joy, and I cannot wait to use it this winter. I'm stoked that I finished it. I also want to weigh this blanket to see how many grams of yarn it contains, so I'll do that and I'll come back in a second. So yeah, quite a innovative way of weighting a blanket. I don't know if you can see, but it weighs basically 1,230 grams, which is, I mean, kind of like, in terms of scraps, it's quite a lot of yarn, and it is probably like, I don't know how many sweater quantities, like it depends on the weight, but like 3.5, 4 sweater quantities. So I think you could get rid of quite a lot of yarn using by knitting up this pattern. Honestly, thank you so much if you made it till the end of this video, and it is like so fun because I already edited the entire video. We just have these outro to attach, but I realized, you know, I don't really watch my videos back because it cringes me, but I think I'm not the only one. I think that's, you know, common sense. I'm afraid, and so like watching the first clips, I think my English and my ability to talk to the camera sometimes, because, you know, sometimes I'm still a total mess, but I think I improved quite a bit. So I don't know, it was, how's it called, like sentimental, emotional to watch. And I've never watched this type of video, but like, I'm not saying I'm the first one to do it. Of course I'm not, I'm probably not. Like, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know, and let me know if you have some thoughts. So this is it for this project vlog. Again, if you have some thoughts on this project and on this video, please leave them down in the comments. And if you want to see more of my projects and more videos from me, I guess, you can either follow me on Instagram, which is linked in the description box down below, or you can subscribe to this channel so that you can get notified every time I post something new. Until the next time, I wish you health and happy knitting. Bye guys!